let's talk about some of the things you should never beg for as a lady or as a human being in general, because I don't think anybody should beg for these things. The first on my list is love. I'm sure you saw that coming. So as obvious as this particular one is, it is still one of the things you'll find that people beg for directly or indirectly. One of those days I was overthinking a very confusing situation I had with someone. I didn't think I was getting the regard I deserved, and so I just thought to have a moment of truth with myself. I was checking myself. Is it that I hadn't done enough to deserve what I was expecting from this person? I was seriously weighing it when a thought suddenly crossed my mind. It was like an answer to my question. This thought questioned my worthiness for love in general. It was like, let's really come to think about it. Do you even deserve love? Do you even deserve God's love in the first place? Remember, God is the author of love. So I soon realized that God, despite being the giver and sustainer of my life, despite being the one person whose love I truly need to survive, despite being the one person whose love I am most unworthy of, not once have I ever gotten on my knees, closed my eyes to beg him to please love me. Not once have I had to do too much to get him interested or impressed. Not once have I had to over-explain or overcompensate just to keep his attention on me. That was when I realized how abnormal it is for anybody to beg for love, to beg to be loved by a fellow human being. You need to get it. The essence of my existence plays that role without requiring anything of me. Then a fellow human who is not half as important as God is to me is someone I now have to beg for love. Error now. Error. Big fat error. Now, even if God is the perfect model of love, I'm really not expecting everybody to be able to love as perfectly as God does. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, love as a feeling, love as a decision is not something you can beg for. It's not something you can buy. It's not something you can lobby for. It's not something you can impress your way into. The responsibility that comes with loving someone irrevocably and committedly is not something you can maintain by acting. It's not something you can maintain by steadily trying to impress or by fighting. It is not, I promise you. Well, let me say it again. You that desire to be loved by yourself, you are not enough motivation to inspire and sustain the kind of love that you require. And that is why this thing has to be a mutual thing. That's also why in the grand scheme of things, love is more of a decision than a feeling. The person that is loving should have made a decision, and that decision must have a motivation fueled by a conviction that is beyond what I do and what I do not do, because that's the only way it can work. That's the only way it can work, especially if marriage is the goal. So in case you're on a crossroad, the only thing you owe yourself is to be a lovable person, be a valuable person, and try all you can not to be a blood-sucking demon or a pain in the neck. And then back it up with prayers. Pray very, very well so that in this your life's journey, God will shall be by your side. But you see, love, don't beg for it. If it didn't there, it didn't there. The last thing you want to do is to be in a relationship where you have to earn every single love that you get. It's a terrible place to be. Very terrible. Please don't be in that position. I'll talk about the second one in my next video.